I was at home. And we all know Fridays. When Fridays come, hey, it's party time. We go get dressed. We're getting ready to go out, party, hang out with the friends. But that Friday just seemed a little different. That Friday was just something about that Friday. I just didn't feel like going out. I didn't want to go out. I felt that if I was going to go out that night, I was not going to come back home. That was very, very heavy in me. A fear came over me. A fear I never felt before. There goes friends knocking in the door. Bum, 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 bum. Mario, come outside. Let's go. Let's party. I couldn't answer the door. I couldn't speak. Something had my mouth shut. Something had me held down that there was no way I was going to answer the door. And the more they knocked on the door, the more heavier I felt. I was not going to come home. I was just not going to come back home no more. And I started getting scared. So maybe half an hour later, finally my stubborn friends stopped. They finally got the hint I'm not coming out, or I was in there. They couldn't understand either what was going on. But I stood home. I laid in my couch. That's the way I laid on my couch on my back. I fell asleep. I went to a deep sleep. When I fell asleep, I remember closing my eyes. And I remember it was about 9 o'clock that night. I opened my eyes. As I fell asleep, I opened my eyes again. That quick, just it's almost like a blink. Close, open. And when I opened my eyes, what I noticed was that my face was stuck in the ceiling. My face was literally stuck up in the ceiling. So I'm trying to catch myself here, questioning myself, what was going on here? And as I look sideways, I can see my body laying in the couch. So I'm questioning myself, how come I can see my body? So I guess everybody knows how a balloon is, birthday balloons and whatnot. It has the healing in there, and you grab it with the string and you let it go and it bounces up and down on the ceiling. Well, my soul was almost that way. I pushed myself down, grab my hand on the wall, and I push myself down, and I'll come back up to the wall and bounce my face. I did that 2 times. And the 3rd time when I'm trying to push myself down, I can see my body again. And it was just like in a peaceful, restful manner. So I start spinning around the ceiling, slowly. Start going around in circles. And I'm going a little faster and faster. There's nothing in the ceiling, so I'm trying to hold on to something, grab onto something, and I just can't get a hold of anything. And I'm going faster and faster and faster, and as the fastest I'm going, now I'm starting to hear these wicked laughs, like demons. They're laughing. I can hear them clearly going, ee, just wicked. As I'm going faster, I don't know if you guys ever seen movies about a time machine. When the time machine disappears and it comes back. Well, as I was going faster, that's what I heard. And I find myself in this big, big, dark place. Dark, dark. There's trees, dead trees. The ground, the sand was like gray, dirty gray. Whatever was behind me, I was able to see these things because there was a time where it's so pitch black, you can't even see your hand in front of your face. It's so dark in there, you can't see anything. But whatever was behind me, I couldn't look back. But I can see in front of me. Everything was dead, trees, and it was just dry. There's no love, there's nothing, just dead. And I'm moving forward slowly. And I but what I seen in my spirit when I was out of my body. There was 5 demons. They were around me. And they were covered in black, almost like witches and warlocks covered themselves. Some of them were different. Some of them have face of like rats, some look like bats. You guys see these movies, these Hollywood movies, that the demons, they describe demons. See, Hollywood is based on the Antichrist. witches and warlocks work for Hollywood. So they see demons. It's why they come out with these movies, because that's exactly how they look. So they make them as a mask and models, and they make movies like that. That's exactly how demons look. But these things are more 10 times stronger, 10 times bigger. Some of them have yellow eyes, green eyes, red eyes. Not beautiful little green, red light like Christmas lights. These eyes were evil, wicked. You can feel the hate, how they look at you. You can sense that hate. That hate is so overwhelming that not even a human being in this earth has that kind of hate. It would be overwhelming for us. It would automatically explode your heart with such an ugly, overwhelming hate. As I'm going forward, something caught my attention. My arms were straight out. And another thing that caught my attention was that I wasn't walking. I was gliding. And as I'm gliding, I had these chains on me. Chain with the ball on the end. They were so heavy, I wanted to put my hands down, but I just couldn't. I was taking that pain. And I remember seeing these demons, and I kept saying, where am I? Let me go. They wouldn't say nothing to me, but they'll look at me and they'll laugh. They were giggling. That's all they did. And I can see them. They had real long fingernails, real powerful, sharp nails, like razors. But they wouldn't respond to me. They were just giggling at me, laughing at me. So as I'm moving forward, I start seeing this big black tunnel. This tunnel was huge, and I can hear the sound of this tunnel. And I'm starting to enter this tunnel, and my hands are so over heavy. I need to put them down, and I'm in pain already. I just can't, but I'm still gliding into this tunnel. As I'm beginning to go into the tunnel, halfway into this tunnel, this terrible smell starts to come out of this tunnel. A smell that I wanted to die. This smell was just horrible. If this smell was on the earth, we would die, because that's how terrible this smell is. There's no air in there. There's nothing. So I had to pass this smell, and I see a tiny little light at the end of this tunnel. And I said to myself, oh, okay, well, as soon as I get to that end of that tunnel, that little light, I'm gonna be safe. But I wanted to die. I felt ugly, death. And the Word of God says this is the second death. It's just the beginning of your second death. As I'm going into this tunnel, I finally went to the end of the tunnel. I didn't see that little light no more. Everything was just, I didn't see the demons no more. So I'm just standing there, okay. And then suddenly these flames just rose from the ground up. Real hard. That's the sound that I heard. You know how we open our curtains in the morning? So that's the way the flames split. When the flames split, a voice told me, walk forward, go in there. So I walked forward. When I went forward, there was a lot of screams. There was a lot of fire. I seen a lot of people. There was a lot of people screaming. Before I go forward, I'm not saying this to scare you guys. I'm not here to scare anybody. I'm just telling you, this is the true, what happens after death. I seen all this, I seen rivers of fire. People are burning. There's been people burning there for many years, hundreds of years. People their flesh burns. They burn, and the flesh falls. And your bones get nice and toasty and black and gray. And when it's done, then the flame, your skin, your flesh starts growing back on.